This video demonstration is brought to you by the Crafts channel in association with the Craft ROBO. For more information visit www.graphtechgb.com/Craft ROBO. Hi, my name's Kate Hemmings and I'm pleased to welcome you to a special video project demonstration brought to you by the Crafts channel in association with GraphTech. Today I'm joined by Kirsty Wiseman, who's going to be showing us how to cut out basic shapes using the Craft ROBO Lite. Hi Kirsty.
Hi Kate.
So what shapes are you going to be cutting out for us today?
We're only going to be cutting out a basic shape to start with, because the software is very sophisticated. We'll cut out any shape that you want it to, but when you first start you just want to have a play around and cut out your basic shapes. Okay. So what we need to do is we need to load the Craft ROBO with our media. Okay. Okay. The Craft ROBO media takes A4, all right, but to show you how versatile it is to use your spare offcuts, I'm going to be using a smaller piece, right? So there's your carrier sheet. But to start with, when you're using the Robo software, when you're starting anything new on a computer, you go to File and New, always. Okay. Like I say, we always work in A4 with the Craft ROBO Lite, and we work in landscape, and it'll all become apparent why. Okay. Okay, because the screen is better in landscape. All right. So as you can see, it's grid marked. All right. Each grid mark represents 2 centimeters. All right. So like on this carrier sheet that we've got here, if you count down, it's actually 8 centimeters. All right. And it's the full length of A4. So we know that we've got to work within the first 4 grid marks. Okay. So when we're drawing a shape, which we're going to do now, you look down this sidebar here. And these are all shapes here. These are mainly for drawing. We're not going to go into those for now. We just want the generic shapes which are down here. And we're going to draw the nesting circles because we are actually going to recreate this nesting pattern here with the circles. So it's a circle within a circle within a circle. Okay. Okay, so what you need to do is click on your circle, and working within this white worksheet here, just draw a circle. It doesn't matter if you draw your circle here. Hold on, let me click on it first. Circle. It doesn't matter if you draw it here, because what you can do is you can move them easily. All right, so move it into position. It. All right, so it's in the first 4 grid lines. All right, so that's our first circle there. We want another circle, but we want it smaller. You can draw another circle, but I find it easy to go to Edit, Copy, Edit, Paste. And you'll know that there's a shape on top of another because it's yellow. As soon as you move it away, it changes colour. So we've got 2 circles. You do actually want to make this one slightly smaller. To determine whether you've done it small enough to make a circle shape, a nesting shape, is drag it inside and realise that it's going to cut out in a nest. Okay. And then you'll edit and copy again, and then edit and paste. The yellow determines that it's on top of each other. Pull it away, and now it's blue. We want to make that slightly smaller by dragging it. As you can see, look, my hand shape changes to a diagonal, which means it will constrain its proportions for you when you're resizing. And just move it inside. Yep, we're happy with that. And this is where the fun begins, Kate. Excellent, looking forward to this. Okay, what you need to do is you need to lift up the pink cover sheet. This comes actually in pink and green. Nice. All right. And line it up. There's guidelines here. You need to line up the edge with this guideline. Ensure that your media actually is stuck quite firmly. So you need to give it a bit of a press. It is quite tacky, and we'll line that up. Then you press on your machine. There's a little screen here that tells you what the action is it's going to carry out. It says load carrier. And we'll press enter. That lines it up absolutely perfect. You don't need to worry about it. Close the lid. It is important because little fingers get caught in there. There's going to be some damage, so be very careful. And then we go back to our screen, and we've got 2 options. We've got the print screen, which you can actually physically print this shape if you want. All right, but we want it to cut. So we press the Craft ROBO cut option. Only ever use 1 copy. Okay. All right, because it can only do 1 at a time anyway. Right. On this media type, you've got a drop-down box. You have to tell the machine how thick the media is. We're working with thick card, okay? So we click on the thick media, and it will tell us that our cap needs to be yellow. Just double check that it is yellow. Yellow's inserted, so we're good to go. Then we click next. Right, the blade adjustment cap here, it says mount or replace the adjustment cap as needed. We don't need to because we know that it's yellow, so we click on next. We need to then make sure that the design orientation is landscape or portrait.
Yep.
Always in landscape, so we'll click next. We've loaded the machine already, so we'll click OK. We'll click next again. We don't need to specify the cutting position because it's already loaded, ready to go. Yep. So we can press next, and then press cut. And we'll give that a go. Okay, it's ejected it, but it's not fully ejected because sometimes what happens, it doesn't cut. It might not cut all the way through because your card might be not thin or thick as the generic program will allow. Okay. All right, so you'll be able to see that this is cut because it's coming away.
Yep.
Once you've determined that, you need to look at your screen and it'll give you the option to unload media. That's what you need to do to eject.
All right, and then it'll pop out for you.
Yeah, and then
circles. Exactly,
and look how crisp and clean these have come away. Nice and sharp.
Fantastic.
Ready to
layer up.
Nest together. And then, I've done mine with 3 different pattern papers. I mean, you can go to your heart's content, mixing and matching the papers and card and what have you, and secure that with the brad. So that's how quickly it is that you can have a nest of shapes.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Kirsty. That's all we've got time for here today, but stay tuned for more exciting Craft ROBO demonstrations. See you next time.